Hello friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Suzanne. If this is your first time here, welcome. If this is not your first time, still welcome. I hope you're having a good day. So today's video, without taking too long, I have a story time. A story time on when I got excluded from school for speaking a language that I should be speaking anyway. So in regards to this topic of like just having one language as, you know, as the principal language when we have 5 official languages, and just for context, so I was living in Congo, obviously, and we have 5 official languages. We have Swahili, Kikongo, Chiluba, Lingala, and French. But French is like the official, like the official of all officials. But pour ceux qui parlent français, il y aura des sous-titres. Alors, partez juste sur YouTube, vous allez voir l'option pour mettre les sous-titres. Il y aura les sous-titres en français. So that's what they teach us in school. Everything happens in French, almost everything, but just at home, you can be free to teach your kids whatever you want. But most of the time, even parents, they teach their children French or speak to their children French at home. Like some of them even mandate that the person who's going to be working at home to be speaking in French so their kids can actually speak French, which is very problematic in its own right, but that's just another thing for another day. But my situation was, I was starting secondary school in one school in Goma, which is Collège Mwanga à Goma pour l'école secondaire. And then after a month, my parents were like, oh no, you need to go to an all-girls school, lycée Wima. Ça c'était à Bukavu, just like 5 hours, 7 hours, however, whichever boat you took, even 2, you know, depending on how you roll. But anyway, so I traveled with my mom. She went and like put me in school. I started everything. But then what I didn't actually know, speaking in Swahili was an offense, like an excludable offense. And then the school was really big. I'm going to put a few pictures to show you how the school was. Like it was big. It was big. It's one of the colonial schools. So, you know, colonialism left that school. So the lycée, so it had like a downstairs and upstairs because there was a boarding school, so that's where the students will sleep at night. So I was just like a week into the school, and then I got a friend. Her name was Sifa. I was like, Sifa, can you show me around? Because no one did show me around at that point. It was just like a week in school. So we're just going around. She was showing me, okay, this is where you go if you're not feeling too well. This is like the school hospital-ish, like infirmerie, where you can go and like get yourself checked, all that stuff. And there was actually the Department of Biology was on that side. A few offices of nuns was on that side as well. So we did not know that one of the nuns, who was called Security, seriously, that's what we called her. Everyone called her Security. I never knew her real name. We only called her Security. So Security was in her office, and her office had 2 doors, like a back door and a front door. So we're walking through the back where she was showing me what was going on there. And then I asked her a question in Swahili. I don't even remember what I did ask, but we were just having a conversation, and then I just asked her the question, and she answered. And then the nun came out of her office. She hears everything. She hears everything. She sees everything. She knows everything. She knows everyone. And there was some other students just outside of her office trying to sort a few things out. And then she said, who spoke Swahili? All the other girls, they looked at me. And I looked at them and I was like, what? At that point, I knew it was over for me. At that point, I knew it was over, but I didn't know who she was. So I was just like, I was nonchalant about it. I shouldn't have said that. I should not have. And then the nun was like, you're going to be excluded. I was like, excuse me, why? It's like, you just spoke in Swahili and it's 3 days out of school. My heart dropped. I was in school for a week. My mother had not even left the city. I was like, no. Anyway, so she told us to go to the office, to director of discipline. We call them Dede. She told me to go to that office, and I had to drag my friend because it was the two of us. So we went to the office, and we were like, security just told us to give us an exclusion. We were speaking in Swahili, and the Dede was like, who? I was like, security. It's like, do you not know her name? I was like, no, that's what people call her. He just shook his head, and then he gave us an exclusion for 3 days. Why did we go? Don't ask me. I don't know why we went there. I do not know why. We actually thought it was a good idea to take ourselves to the slaughterhouse to be excluded. And that's not even the whole story. So I had to go and explain to one of my cousins that was at school, and tell them like, oh, I just got excluded. She was like, what? No, I thought it was a joke. First of all, I didn't think it was going to be serious. Second of all, I was in the boarding thingy. They were not going to be excluding me. But I was wrong, friends. I was wrong. I was very wrong. And when you're excluded from school, you're automatically excluded from the boarding school as well. So you can't chill when others are going to school. You can't do that. That was the sad part. I had to go to my cousin and be like, oh, Nancy, this is what I've been excluded. They gave me this paper. She's like, are you out of your mind? Like, you've been here for a week, you actually got excluded. This is really bad for you. Tell me why. I ran back to the Dede's office. I was like, sir, like, I'm so sorry. I'm never gonna speak Swahili again. I don't even speak Swahili like that at home. Like, just, it's just going to be weird. I really tried to get out of this. I was like, I'm going to clean Milkaro. Milkaro, it's like traumatizing. So Milkaro is like a really long, it was like a long pathways of tires that could cleanable tires. So as a form of discipline or of punishment, you will take a bucket of water and a towel-ish material. It's like you will start. By the time you finish, it's still looking the same way as you started. So it's like they just wanted you to feel some type of pain and humiliation for work that just should not have been done by students. I really begged to do that. They said no. I went to the nun's office. I was like, I'm really sorry. Like, what can I do? Can I at least stay in school, like in the boarding, like here, and not go back home? She's like, no, you have to bring your parents when you finish your exclusion. I said, hey, this is when you're going to kill me. Like, that's impossible. Nan, I can't do that. I can't do that. They were like, sorry, there's nothing else I can do. So I had to drag myself. I didn't even call at home to say, oh, I've been excluded. No, I just had to show up. I had to show up, so they would probably think I was sick, and then I would tell them, and then they'll feel sorry for me. That didn't want to happen either. Anyway, I took a moto. I went home. I packed my home. I said hi to like the person who worked at my uncle's house. I was like, hi. He was like, how are you here today? I was like, I don't know. I'm just chilling. My first uncle came. What are you doing here? You're supposed to be in school. I know, but like something happened. What happened? I spoke in Swahili. You did what? Wait until your father hear this. I said, yes. That's like the person I was most scared of, because you will take me to school. He doesn't need to know. And it's like, no, he needs to know. Oh gosh. Oh Lord. I was like, we don't have. I negotiated with my uncles. They said no. One of them even pulled my ears. It's like, how stupid do you have to be excluded from school after a week for something that you should? I called my father, and he was just like, I'm not even gonna talk to you until I brought good marks at home. My father did not talk to me. Huh? My mom was just like, really? She was just pissed. She was like, I haven't even unpacked and you're excluded. I was like, sorry, ma. Anyway, that's just a story time of how our school system works, which I feel like there's a flaw in that, because since we have 5 national languages, these are the languages should be able to be spoken in schools. So if you are from a country where other national languages or local national languages are kind of like banned from school just because it's not academically worthy, please let me know in the comments below, because I feel like if some people speak more than one languages already, we should be able to speak that at school too. It's not like you're excluding everyone else. It's not like it was a French school and I was speaking in English, me and my friend, well, we could exclude everyone else. So it's a language that everyone else understands, especially in the east of the country. Like Swahili, it's the language after French, or like with it, it's on the same level. Everywhere you go, people are speaking in Swahili. Why are we not supposed to speak it in school just because you want to keep discipline and keep us online or like in line? That makes no sense. It makes no sense. But that's just a story time of when I got excluded from school. It was not cute. But that school has I have a lot of story times from that school. So if you want to hear more, please let me know and put it in the comments below. Or if you've ever gotten excluded from school, tell us your story, anything. Please just share with us. Let us laugh as well. Yeah, à bientôt. Thank you guys.